So we're going to jump into a conversation about video, about social media, about marketing with the mastermind behind it all. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Miss Alanna Pfeffer. Alanna Pfeffer.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
All right. So, Alanna, before we get into some nuggets of information and things that you've been paying attention to in the real estate industry and things that you've observed and of course have, we've had to pivot several times with that video there. All right, well now reels are a thing, so we got to start doing more reels and less of this, right? So you've seen a lot. So tell us, prior to real estate, give us a little bit of your background.
So I'll start from the beginning. I graduated with a degree in journalism and advertising. Right out of college, I got a marketing job with an ad specialties company where I quickly became their in-house graphic designer.
Yep.
And that's where my passion led me. So I started building a portfolio and taking on freelance clients. And then from there, so my passion was creative direction and branding. So from there, I took a marketing job with a fashion eyewear brand.
A global one, right?
Yeah.
A big one, a big known name.
Global fashion eyewear brand, and then it's called SEE. So a few years into that job, my boss came to me and said, "You're kind of outgrowing this role, and what do you think about starting your own company?" And I was like, "That sounds kind of terrible, But then I thought about it.
To a creative person, yes.
Yeah. And she said, "But we would remain your client, and you could just take on maybe one or two other big clients and see what you could get or whatever." And I said, "Yeah, okay, I'll give it a try." So I did, and I did that for a few years, and it did go really well actually. But I missed working on one brand and seeing it through, watching one brand grow because of my contribution. So.
Sure.
So then I took a job with a Shark Tank startup called Ash and Erie, which is a clothing brand for short men. And they're still around, you can look them up. And that was e-commerce and performance marketing boot camp. It was 100% sold online, and it was venture backed, which just meant that every dollar we spent, we had to prove resulted in a positive and profitable return.
Yeah.
So it was really intense.
Yeah,
and it was crazy. So I said to my old boss at the eyewear company, "You guys could be doing so much more selling online. There's the things that you're not doing." And she said, "Just come back and do it." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So I did, and so I redesigned their website and put on a new platform and just made kind of some minor changes and some big changes. And they ended up, so at the time before this, they were selling maybe 95% brick and mortar, in store, and 5% online. And then, so I went back to help them build the online business. And then COVID hit. And just as we were getting things back up and running, I got this opportunity with Live Unreal.
Yep.
And Jeff is the most visible agent in the state for sure, so that was super attractive. And then the potential I saw with Glover U was just amazing. So I took the job, and now I'm director of marketing for Live Unreal companies, and I do marketing for Glover Agency and Glover U,
yep.
Where my team, which Rachel is back there somewhere, I see the hat. We support the agents in their own marketing, and we market obviously for the business too, but we help them with their videos and with just all their marketing materials and their personal brands. So that's where we are.
So 18 years of experience in total, and 2 years working in the real estate space. You've seen a lot. You've learned a lot. What would you say the biggest mistake agents, potentially in this room or just in the industry, are making as it relates to marketing themselves and their individual brand? And that individual brand could live within a team or within a brokerage, but what mistakes are they making themselves?
I put a couple slides together for this.
Awesome.
Branding mistakes. So since we've been talking to our agents more about building their own personal brands, I can see what a lot of people what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. And a lot of people, and this isn't just with our own team, it's just what I see agents in general, they're not doing enough to differentiate their brand. They're thinking about what real estate looks like it's a house or a key or whatever, but they're not thinking about how their brand, not just their own personality and their appearance, but how their brand looks and feels. it should evoke a feeling. So think about what your brand should feel like and start there. And it's okay to look at stuff like this, but this is kind of what everyone ends up with, and it's all the same and it's all watered down. And the most important thing about a brand is that you stand out. You want to stand out and you want to be recognizable and you want to be memorable. So start here, but try to go somewhere different.
So get away from the key and the house and the rooftop.
It's not like don't do that, but just make sure you're different enough, I guess.
So what should we be doing more of? What should we be doing less of?
Yes. Oh, I had another slide too.
Oh,
so
please.
yeah, just if you want to
Let's go with it.
Stuff down.
Yep.
So a lot of times they'll start and end with emulating a brand that's like local, or just finding something that they like, what it looks like, instead of going bigger and thinking about what the big brands are doing and why it's working for them and how they can make it their own. Mm-hmm. Not hiring a professional, not making it a point to stand out, differentiate. And then the other thing, which I know you talk about a lot, is spreading your efforts too thin, your marketing efforts and your marketing dollars. So a lot of people will test video or get into YouTube for a little while, and they're doing a lot of different things and they don't see a return immediately. And so they just stop and start something else when they don't see it through.
When I think about when we were heavy in mass advertising, people in Michigan, started to kind of attempt to emulate, and some did, I'm sure, successfully. But the mistake is they would buy, one billboard and one radio station and maybe one TV, versus you got to go deep on one until you reach a law of diminishing returns, and then you can add another source. Yeah. Right. The same could go for any type of advertising and marketing.
Yeah. Right. You could send one postcard to 1 million people, or you could send 1 million postcards to one person.
One
but different numbers.
Correct. The latter works better than the first.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Awesome. So what should we do more of?
Here's what I think we should do more of. I think we should do more of what comes easy to us. I hear a lot of people say, I need to be better on social media, but it doesn't come easily to them, and then they don't spend enough time on it. And it's not like you can't get better. You definitely can if you're willing to make the commitment and get better at it. But maybe just do more of what comes easy to you. Definitely do more of what people are responding to. Look at your social media metrics. If you haven't created a business profile for Instagram and Facebook, do that so that you can see what people are engaging with, so that you can do more of that content. And definitely do more of what's working. Do more of your strengths. When John Maxwell was up here, he says everything John Maxwell says is like Twitter, just a Twitter quote, you know what I mean? And he says people spend a lot of time working on their weaknesses when they really should be. Your strengths are what make you special, and it's the same with marketing. Yeah. What you're good at is what you should be doing more of.
So how does that translate over to social media? Boom. Let's go with
So if it's not social media, it's talk to Taylor Kerrigan, because it's prospecting, farming mailers, it's all the operational stuff. So I won't get into that too much. But if it is social media, consistency is the key. So make a commitment, post. If it's not every day, is it 3 times a week, and when is it? And what is it? Follow a content calendar. Post more reels, videos, what you said. Those get the most engagement, period. Post more of your face. People want to see you. They want to connect with you.
It's proven. You get more engagement on posts where your faces are closer up than far away.
And you can see it in the metrics, when I look at our Instagram metrics. Yep. Our top likes are all the faces, and then everything else is after that.
The post or the promo could be silly and actually not even have as much value as this beautiful video we put together. Yeah. But for some reason, it gets more engagement because it's close up on the faces.
Yeah.
So go back.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, sure. My back button. All right, there we go.
There we go. So what do you mean by write more engaging copy?
Oh, yes. I breezed right over that. So we have a marketing message formula that we follow. It's the hook, the supporting info, the testimonial, call to action. So the hook is the most important part. Say something up front that grabs the attention. Don't say the same thing. Don't say the same thing over and over again, welcome home, and then everything that follows, they're not going to read it. Make it a story. Take something that happened from that transaction and make something kind of creative or catchy or leading.
It's almost like you want them, if you constantly introduce yourself and give away what you're going to talk about in the first 10 seconds, they're always going to think you're trying to sell them something, or they're just talking about real estate again. You have to almost make your hook so catchy that they might not even know whether it's affiliated with real estate or not, right? And I know that one of our breakout sessions, I think it might be today, Greg is teaching the copywriting formula where agents will actually be able to write out formulas. And we went through and put together a bunch of hooks and everything for them already. So that's going to be helpful for that one.
Yeah. You're really good at that. Kate Simon is good at that. Look at those social media accounts. So here are some social media misses. Hopefully these people aren't in this room, but I did blur the names, and there's no logo. But a lot of people, when they say they want to get better at social media, they'll go out and hire someone to like post for them.
Oh yeah.
And that's what you can tell this is. It's just, there's no consistent branding. These could be any companies in the world. I can tell you because I looked at their accounts that these have like 0 likes on them. So why are you spending the time and money just to make something that looks like that?
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
And those are all stock Canva images.
And there's no one's faces on here at all. Here's some Glover agency agents who are doing a great job on social media. That's Sean Kanja over there. He posts a lot of business, but he sprinkles in videos of himself. Jennifer Scully, she's getting really into reels, which I think are going really well. Devontae does a mix of personal and business. And then Lauren, she does a great job with reels. And I think Jennifer and Lauren both live on Real Media, so they'll shoot the video and send it off. So this is the right way to hire something out. Shoot the video and hire someone off to edit it.
Got it.
To edit it for you.
Don't have someone do the.
Yeah. Don't have someone just create a stock photo for you.
Got it. And by the way, all of these agents, I mean, one is absolutely up and coming. 2 of them are selling 40, 50 houses a year. One of them selling over 100 houses a year. And they're all building a great reputation and presence on social media that's leading to more database business.
That's right. Oh yeah, you wanted to talk to me about that?
So I have a question on this?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, talk to us about, slides throw me off. You guys
I know,
haven't
I'm
noticed.
sorry.
That's okay. But I would imagine the marketing department would want you to have slides. That makes sense. So talk to us about social media versus online presence.
So your social media is part of your online presence, but it doesn't start and end there. So tips for building your online presence. Audit all your social media accounts. Get something up there at least if you can't post consistently yet, but get to that later. Google yourself to see what shows up. If nothing shows up, then you're in trouble. You got a lot of work to do. Get Google screened, which I don't know, does everybody in here know what that is? Google screened. Can I see hands?
Okay, so we need some work.
Yeah, we need some Google screened. It's like it's the listings that show up, not listings, but say you're searching like realtor in Birmingham. It's the top 3 that show up. So Jeff will show up, and two other people who don't matter, right? I'm just kidding. So it's Google's way of saying that this person is a legitimate real estate agent, and then you do have to pay to show up there, but it's nominal. It's like a minimal amount for good leads, quality leads.
I agree with that one.
Yeah.
For sure.
So claim your Google business page, audit your website, make sure your website shows up when you search your website, and then this is a more difficult point, but produce more content. So blog, social media, podcast, YouTube, those are all things that are going to show up online. And if you get really good at one, like if your thing is a podcast or if your thing is YouTube, use that content that you just posted and put it on all of them, and there you go. That's
so you're like
an easy way.
recycling the same thing. You're just chopping it up into different chunks.
So it's a good way
repurposing it, I guess would be the right word for that. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so that's the best way to like explode your content output.
Yep. So next question. It's already on the screen. I love this. This is perfect. So what's the next thing we can do to increase our lead gen?
I would say it was hard for me to come up with one, so I came up with one and then put bullet points under it. But to increase lead gen, increase your engagement. So follow a social media calendar with a good mix of business and personal, because personal gets more engagement, but you still want people to see that you're doing business and that you're the subject matter expert. Utilize the marketing message formula to get more engagement, to stop people from scrolling. Post more video, because it gets the most engagement, and engage with people. So don't just hire it out, or don't just post it and then not engage yourself. You have to be on there and engage.
Go back and interact
with people.
Yep. Love it. All right.
Yeah.
We'll just keep rolling through it.
All right. So this is brand new actually. So we have the marketing message formula in the app. which is free, and it costs $9 on the site. So if you want it for free, you can get it through the app. And I know you had a few more questions, but these are the slides I had.
Oh, good. That's fair. So I do. I'm going to ask you one or two more. But while this is on the screen, so we made the decision to add another free resource. Could you believe that? Another free resource. We're constantly adding free resources, and thanks to Alanna's work, we're able to now put all of our resources in one place in this app. So this is a free app. This, you can just search. Can they also just search if they don't want to?
Yeah, sure.
They can search Glover U in the App Store or whatever. So you'll still have your Glover U Events app, but now you'll have a Glover U app. And what's going to be showing up in this app?
The free resources are in there. The video library is in there. The blog. It's like a tool. So all of the learning elements of Glover U are in the app.
So this will be kind of a more instant. When we're sharing things, we're going to go here first. So this is absolutely, take out your phones right now. Take it out. Go ahead. Open them up. Take a picture of the screen or search Glover U in your app store and get your hands on this, because this is where you're going to get all the free resources.
And then eventually the morning message will move to the app only.
Yes, we haven't announced that yet.
But we will later.
We just did. So yes. All right. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you guys like receiving the daily text Monday through Friday? It's going away. It's not going away. We're moving it to an app. Seriously, true story. So if you want to continue receiving the daily texts, that's where you're going to get it, on that app. Because we are going to stop sending out through text messages. We're going to use the app instead for that. So make sure you get the Glover U app. Okay. I do have just a couple more questions, then we'll head to break. So what would you say that our best associates at Glover Agency are doing that you're impressed with? Or even our best clients at Glover U, because obviously you get to work intimately with a lot of the stuff we do here at Glover U. What are some of our best clients or best agents at Glover Agency doing that you're impressed with or proud of?
They're making a commitment to post consistently. I'm talking about social media mostly, right?
Yep.
So again, everyone says they want to be better at social media, but our best agents are committing to it. They're posting consistently, they're following a calendar, and as you can see, they all had their individual styles that you can see, like looking at it. You know what to expect when you go on Sean's social media account. You know what to expect when you go on Lauren's. And then the other thing is that they're getting, it's not that they're not afraid to be on camera, because we just interviewed Lauren about this the other day. I think she's in here, but she said she still gets nervous when she gets on video, like everybody does, but she does it anyway, and people like it. The more real she is, the more people like it. So just, I guess, being brave and staying consistent.
Would you suggest that if they're in the room and they want to get better at marketing, branding, social media, the Glover U course would obviously probably be Marketing Mastery?
Marketing Mastery, for sure. I know Greg goes super deep into social media.
And one thing that I love about Marketing Mastery is it's kind of a mix of what Greg and his team are doing and what we're doing. And of course, we tap Alanna on the shoulder and say, what do you think of this? And that's what's cool about that. I mean, all the programs get updated, but Marketing Mastery, we have to update that more frequently because trends are changing, websites are changing, social media downloads are moving from Instagram to TikTok and so forth. And so if you want to be a master at marketing, specifically with social media and digital, you might want to consider doing Marketing Mastery. And if you've already taken it once, you might want to take it again, because I know it's been rewritten. And Greg's launching a new one this July, second week in July, I believe. So thank you for everything you do for us behind the scenes at Live Unreal. I think our audience really appreciates you. By the way, the Live Unreal magazine, she creates it. So thank you for spending time with us and going through your ideas and strategies. I know you've got a wealth of knowledge, and as much as possible, we're going to incorporate that knowledge into what we do here on the stage, because you're in it. You are, when I talk about I'm in the trenches of listing and selling real estate, she's in the trenches of marketing in real estate. And so I think anytime we can learn from someone that's in that trench, we should take advantage of it. So let's hear it for Alanna Pfeffer. Thanks, Alanna. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jeff.
I do my hair toss, check my name.